others are paying the price and seems to look like almost directly at you.
The decision made a long time ago. Why is the price being paid now and not when the decision was made?
Because fate has decided it to be so. Fate has its own will and how it enacts things. Any decision that you make to decide the fate of something was already pre-decided long ago. Why the sudden interest in our box? Because we found that the contents of our box have been stolen.
We'll stop it.
Obviously, you guys go to sleep. But it's a normal sleep, and then suddenly you can hear music playing right now. And kind of everyone, everyone, except for Artemis. Artemis does not hear or see any of this.
Didn't she excuse herself after
Yep, she excused herself right after the song. You swim back to her room.
Okay.
Probably we don't.
That's where she said she was going back to her room. Everyone. Okay. Anyways, can I continue?
Yeah, keep going.
This is without the lyrics, but I also really like the lyrics. Everyone opens their eyes to a large clearing in a luscious forest.
What?
With.
I feel like a story.
Like we're
Hold
awake?
on.
We're awake?
Bitch. You open your eyes, and all these trees and all the plants are. Oh my god! It's incredible. Like the flower growth and the everything. It's like nothing you've ever seen. You won't be able to recognize any of this. Any of these plants.
Yeah, I have extensive knowledge on nature, but I don't recognize any of this.
And I
Yeah. Also, identify would not be. It's just not. You're in a dream. You can't. You don't have magic. You don't. I mean, actually, you don't have magic to a degree. You guys all wake up in this clearing.
Oh my. Okay.
And you guys are all standing, and all of you are in very, very different clothing from what you were
Wait, can we all
previously.
see each other?
Yeah.
Oh, lit, dude.
You like look around,
Swagalicious clothing am I wearing?
and you got
my arm back.
yeah, no, literally Keegan has two arms.
What the hell?
Literally, Keegan has two arms. I actually think I wrote that down. Literally, Keegan has both arms. I was just like, wait, I actually wrote that down. Okay, here, I'll read you the exact quote that I have.
Okay.
Everyone is in lavish clothing. Teia is in a long silky dress made out of unrecognizable fabric that is so soft and almost water-like. It looks nothing like they've ever seen before. And the men are wearing suits in deep shades of like kind of foresty colors, complementing to their complexions and fitting their bodies extraordinarily well. The fabric is thick, yet very, very easy to move in, and is nothing like they've ever seen before. Keegan has both arms. That's literally what I have.
It actually says that.
Any wound that anyone has is gone. Any scar or anything. And as I mentioned, you are in the middle of a clearing in a forest with beautiful trees. I mean, just these trees are. They're like I literally explained everything. You shouldn't have been talking.
I couldn't hear it. I wasn't talking at that point.
We're
Everybody
in dank suits.
Like out of like
really nice suits
with also like
forest
strange
colors.
styles that you like wouldn't really see in your land, but just I mean it's gorgeous. The clothing is just absolutely gorgeous.
Like 3 pieces.
You're in the middle of a clearing, as I said, in a forest with beautiful trees. The sky. We'll say that you can take notes. You don't have anything, but like you're allowed to take notes.
Both arms.
Take notes as we go, John, because that'll save time.
I want to
later.
find that dress you
Okay.
described. I want that dress.
And again, it fits you perfectly. It makes, I mean, you're just gorgeous.
Prom ideas. Sorry, keep talking.
The sky, can I talk? The sky is clear and crystal blue, and the sun sheds lights down, and the clearing is lit and just, I mean, glowing. And then, after you kind of recognize each other, and like, there are people around you.
Is Tinsel
There are a
there?
bunch of people around you. Tinsel's not there.
Oh,
The people around you are, I'm beautiful. I mean, just fuck. Like, oh my god. I mean, it's crazy. And they have very, very slender figures.
full of
Are they elves?
boners.
Listen,
Wait, so there are a lot of beautiful people around us?
I mean, they're,
Everyone
and they're
around us
dressed
is
as
beautiful.
lavishly as you are.
Okay.
And there are decorations
I loudly
everywhere
shout,
as well.
"Fuck yeah."
Listen.
No, you don't.
And they're all wearing the same type of clothing you are. A huge variety of natural colors that just blend extraordinarily well. And they're all so happy. I mean, this is like, it's an event, you know what I mean? And you can kind of assume that. And their faces are almost elven. Like, I mean, it's just like,
Not quite.
but it's not in like any sort of way. Like, I mean, that would be the closest race that you could relate it to. And they have big, beautiful eyes. And I mean, that's just like,
Keep talking, let her talk.
Yeah.
they all have some sort of flower or vine or leaf, and everyone roll perception real quick. Like kind of done up in their hair or done up on part of them.
I got a 13.
Keegan is an 8. Keegan, that's an 8.
Yeah, that's also.
But sideways is infinity.
Punch the dog.
Okay, so I have.
God damn it, John.
3 plus
Let me
7.
do
That's
it.
a 7. Christ.
Was it a 6 or a 9? I think that's a 9.
It's a 9.
Did you roll yet, Tanner?
I got a 9 plus 2 is an 11.
I'm at 11.
Stand back, guys. I got
Okay, wait, what's the highest right now? 11?
13.
13? Okay.
18!
Okay. So,
We re-rolled the ones
Tanner
that go on the ground.
and
Yeah, but that
Cal,
was actually a good roll.
It was
it's fine. I don't care. Because one of you would have already noticed this. Okay, Doug, please move. You're stressing me out.
Go away, ask him. Go away, ask him.
You guys will notice, that the plants that are on them, the plants that are on them are growing from them.
Oh,
What the
interesting.
And it's very like subtle things like flowers in a girl's
Man, why
hair.
can't this be
Or, like,
real?
vines.
Dryad.
And everyone is barefoot.
Ah! This sounds like
They're
actual
all wearing
paradise.
tigers.
This sounds like actual
Upon
paradise.
Closer inspection, when their feet are touching the ground, it almost seems to be part of the ground.
Called it totally fucking.
And it kind of quickly becomes apparent to you about all the decorations, and suddenly you're taking in everything. You're at a royal wedding.
What the fuck?
And, of course, this is the part where everyone is arriving and the marriage has yet to begin, and neither the bride or groom is present, and I'm also going to have you guys make another perception check except for Calvin.
God.
Except for me?
You
Yep.
suck.
That wasn't a real roll. We're gonna put that to that down. 5. Well, it wasn't any better. I rolled a 2.
5. 8.
8.
Okay.
5?
6.
Oh my
This
god.
dice is weighted. 17. That's
Okay.
good. It's 19.
Okay, actually,
Why
Calvin,
not?
you roll
Why-
as well.
Okay, I was
Sorry.
gonna say, like, why did I roll?
Because you're gay.
It's.
Okay. So, who rolled 15 and above?
I did. We both
No one
did.
else did?
We
Okay.
both did.
So, you notice, or over here, and you'll soon explain, I mean, both of you do, but you guys will explain it to them, obviously, that the groom is late, and no one knows where he is.
Oh,
And
sorry,
also-
guys, I'm right here.
And also, Calvin, you and Josh notice that there are no guards or anything. I mean, it's a royal wedding. Shouldn't there be security?
Kill everyone.
Other than that, nothing is out of place. And then Jean, only you notice, 2 figures weaving through the crowd, tall and kind of sticking close to each other, heading away from you. They seem a little bit out of place, and no one seems to be noticing them. What? And they quickly, like, disappear into the crowd.
So there's 2 figures in the crowd that stand out from everyone else.
And they're pretty close together, and they're weaving through people. No one seems to be noticing them, and they disappear pretty quickly.
I'm calling it now.
But they're dressed like everyone else. But again, they just look a bit different.
Those brothers ain't hot as fuck.
Do we, like, just not look as slanty?
They masked or just regular?
You can't see their faces. They're heading away from you.
Do they look, are they just, like, not as planty as everyone else?
You guys can't tell. I mean, it's John that's noticing it, and they disappear pretty quickly before he can say anything to, like, draw everyone's attention to also inspect them. Again, this is all just so almost overwhelming in a lot of senses of just how gorgeous all these people are and everything.
Fuck we are.
I want it to
I
be
mean,
real.
fuck out.
I want it to be real.
You wanna get the fuck out?
I want it to be real so bad.
Fuck.
Okay, so you're freaking out. Good job.
People are giving you weird looks.
No.
I'm walking, I'm staying away from you.
People aren't giving him weird looks at all.
Why the fuck am I here?
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do?
Wait, we actually have options here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the nearest person, why am I here?
I want to go dance.
I want to talk to the bride.
I want to go dance.
Okay, so
What did he say?
the bride is nowhere to be seen. I mean, it's before the wedding starts. The bride doesn't like come out and
Oh, I thought you
romp
said the
around.
groom.
Yeah,
The groom is late,
That doesn't mean the
but
bride.
no one knows.
Yeah,
what
the
bride
groom is late, but
Insight.
and like the wedding doesn't start until the groom is like up on the altar thing.
The bride
Oh,
that's right, that's right.
So,
That's right.
Tanner,
starts.
you go up and try and talk to someone, and they don't notice you at all.
Huh.
At this point, I'm freaked the fuck out.
And I assume also being the paladin you are, you kind of grab them.
Like, hey. Oh
Ghosty goobers! Ghosty
Just like the tigers! Remember? Because every time we tried to attack them, they just went right through them. It, like,
No,
No, it
Bounced
glanced off them.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought I missed.
glanced off.
Understood
No, it's
that.
as
I
if
thought
you-
you meant like they went through them. Okay. Wait, who did he try and talk to?
Anyone, just like anyone.
And they were okay.
Tanner doesn't like to not be able to interact with things.
Oh, we don't. The interaction will come soon. Don't worry.
And there's like, you said there's decorations, right?
Yeah, it's a
Like
royal wedding. It's beautiful.
The bride is there, right?
No, well, I mean, yeah, you can assume it's just the wedding. Like the
there-
bride is not in this area.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah,
is
the
that
bride
Again,
doesn't come
it's.
out
Have you guys
until
ever
it's
been to a wedding?
I
The
don't know.
bride isn't
Okay.
just in the
Is
wedding.
Yeah.
Is this actually
She's
assume that there's
there,
a
but she's
priest
not mingling around with
What?
everybody.
like a priest to wed them?
Yeah, of
A
course.
minister?
A minute.
I don't know. I don't go to weddings.
It's called a
Okay?
minister.
I mean,
I've been in.
Yeah.
I want to go see the
There-
minister, like, see
I think I've
if
been
he has a
like
book
five.
or anything I might be able to read or look at.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a minister sitting up at the altar. That's what
Right.
it's called, right? I have never been to a wedding.
I can look at his book.
And
Touch
you
them, that's all we-
go over and look at the book, and that you go over and look at the book, and it's in a language that you can't understand.
It's chorus.
Do I have any idea what it might be? Can I call over like Teia or something?
Yeah, like,
Teia,
Chorus.
come
It's
help
gonna be
me.
chorus. It's
Okay.
going to be
I'm
fucking
gonna
chorus.
reluctantly go with you because I'm at the food table.
you actually can't interact with
Shit!
others.
I told you.
Oh no, my character goes, tries to eat food, realizes she can't, and fucking wants to leave. And it's like, why am I at this wedding? There's no food.
Alright.
I'm just kidding.
Teia, do your thing.
So you
Do
go
my
over
thing.
and look at like the book. It's written in chorus.
Okay.
I fucking called it.
Right, can you read it?
I can
Liz?
read it.
It's
I
a
can tell you what
normal
it
like.
says.
It just like
Hey, you're gonna
reservations,
marry each other.
like, blank is marrying blank. Who's marrying who? Can I read who is marrying who?
He's not on that page.
No, it's
Not
not,
on that
gonna say it.
page?
It's not gonna say it because it never
It's like
says it.
It's just
it would
like
be
wedding
it would
vows.
be just-
yeah, a holy book.
It'd be
Yeah.
like insert name here kind of.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
exactly
it's-
what it's like.
Are the people like doing anything, or are they just like standing there?
What do you mean? I mean, they're socially. As time passes, people start to get a bit like more frazzled because the groom isn't here, and he's nowhere to be found or heard. And as you kind of guys are paying more attention to the scene, you see that a path leads out of the clearings.
Following it.
John.
I mean, are
right
you
a
gonna
fucking way.
gather everyone up? Because like, I suggest that you guys move as a group.
I wanna go with you.
Okay.
Do you think that this could be this? Okay, never mind.
Tanner, don't you have like a sense
Maybe-
thing?
Is this one of those nobles? Because
Or can he use
Again,
that?
this is a royal wedding. This is obviously
Well, no,
a
it's not
very, 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 very important wedding.
Is there anything else other than the path leading away that we could follow?
Again, it's very thick forest. This is obviously where the main event is, and it was obviously cleared out to be in this
So, at this point, I'm
area.
kind of over my panic attack, and I'm just kind of like,
Can I see the song lyrics again?
Please. John, can you pull them up if
I want to see the
you
song lyrics again.
have them?
Yeah, I got it.
Are there any people like thinking that we might not belong there, or do we blend
They
in
can't see
pretty
us.
well?
They can't.
see
No one
us.
even
They can't
recognizes
see
that
us.
you guys are there.
Why are we dressed all nice then?
We don't know
I
that.
take off my clothes and run around.
If we're dressed super fancy like everybody else, but they can't see us, what's the point?
What is the sound of one hand
I have to
clapping?
have an extra arm.
Ah, God damn it.
I could have an extra arm.
Keegan's like, I don't care, I have 2 arms.
So, you guys are kind of looking around. A path leads out of the clearing, and the trees along it just have these beautiful flowers and vines, like, draping down.
Would Tanner recognize them at all?
No, again, these are plants that you do not recognize at all.
We don't recognize anything. We can't recognize anything because we've never been here. This is an ethereal place.
What is because the
Well-
plants are- Why? What do we recognize? Maybe the terrain instead.
No, we don't recognize
Yeah.
anything.
Well, who's to say that this
I
is
thought
now?
there was, maybe it was the poem?
We don't
Did you
recognize
see the
anything.
poem?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought.
What are you thinking of?
I thought there was something that had to do with like forests and like
I don't think so.
stuff like that. Probably not.
I mean, the
might
dream
be
showed you a
fucking
forest on
crazy.
fire.
Is those forests
That's
on
a-
fire?
No.
Well, the mountains were.
We're in like a what? Like a plain forest setting? You said, right?
Not plain, it's
okay,
gorgeous.
well, keep
I mean,
in mind,
it's
guys,
beautiful.
that there's a lyric in the song that goes, "Find a queen without a king."
Yeah. To find a queen without a
But they're
king, they
not
say
king
she
and
plays
queen
guitar.
yet because
But
they're
it's
not
an
married.
extremely royal wedding.
Yeah.
Extremely
Yeah, but they're
high
still-
up royal.
But they still wouldn't be king and
No,
queen
but
unless
it's
they're married.
that doesn't matter.
The
They
thought
will
is
be
a wo-
queen and king.
The thought
You
is
can
a
still
bride
be
without a
crowned
king,
or
a queen without a
having
king.
a spouse.
Yeah.
Yes, but it depends on which one
The
is.
spouse is usually.
Yeah, but it's saying
Yeah, the
around
queen can be
constant.
married to a prince, and so it would be a queen and a prince. Which it's like.
But find a
but-
queen without a king. The fact is, it's a bride and her groom is missing.
Yeah,
So-
and a royal wedding. So yeah.
So
What if she's the only one like?
Can we just get on to it? Because this is we've already established it. Can we just go?
I want to see what the bride looks like because if she has,
She's not here yet.
I know, but
Alright,
I'm
yeah.
saying like I really want to know what she looks like because if she has black hair and pale skin, and you said
Yeah.
everyone there has giant eyes, and she had these giant piercing blue eyes, so she might be the woman on the black
So
altar.
you just wanna sit there and wait?
No, we're gonna follow the
No, we're
path.
following the path.
Ow.
Because there's also something in the song that has to do with follow the path straight and high.
Yeah.
Is this leading up a hill?
Okay. Can we just? Let's just go.
You guys are gonna follow the
We're
path.
going
Yeah.
to
Is
follow
it
the
going up a
path.
hill?
After walking a ways, they come to, like, you guys come to the middle of a huge garden next to a castle, which, I mean, this garden is just, I mean, it's lavish. Like, it's obviously a royal garden. The castle, longer straight at it, you can tell it's entirely made out of plant matter, even though it appears to be white marble. The base of the castle
That's cool.
is growing from the ground and is very obviously a deep root system.
Mhm.
And as you-
What's growing from the ground? The castle?
The castle.
Okay, that's weird.
And as you look up, the roots form into larger strands that slope up, and even as your eyes crest the top of the castle, it's as if it's almost a large tree with the way it's built, as if the tree itself grew and formed a castle. In front of you is a large hedge, and a gate that's open, obviously exiting from the garden grounds. And this was a solid walk. This is like 15-20 minute walk. Like it's a distance.
Can I move
Um,
here?
Yeah,
I want
honestly.
this to be
Um,
real so bad.
Put myself in this garden.
And as if on cue, which is open, and
Suicide jokes lately.
and through it, as if on cue, what you can all assume is the best man with the chamberlain of this royal house at his side. You all know what a chamberlain is, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Kind of.
It's basically like think about like the second-hand man.
That's what I thought, like right-hand man. Like the,
Usually like an old, kind of like think about like
the
the
first mate of a
an
captain
officer
of a
who
ship.
manages the household of a monarch or noble.
Okay.
So basically, it's like
Okay.
he's an older man.
So it's like their secretary.
It's the
It's like their
chief.
secretary.
Yeah.
Like their
He
supervisor.
is an older man, but is just as handsome. I mean, like literally, like you can tell he's aged, and you can tell he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, he's just as beautiful as everyone else. And the conversation that happens that you guys see, Anteia hears in chorus. The rest of you hear in common, or actually whatever your native language is.
Elvish, probably.
No, yours would be
Oh,
undercommon,
Ingerish.
common,
English.
infernal.
What about?
I'm English.
You're also under.
No, it'd be undercommon because we're
Yeah.
both Drow.
But you hear this in chorus, and you're like, "This is obviously
'Cause
like,
that's not
meant,
my native
This is meant to
language.
be. This is meant to be in chorus, basically. There's no hope. He can't be found. The wedding must be called off. The princess will not be happy." The chamberlain says. The best man stops him by grabbing his arm. "Give it just a bit more. I think I know where he is. All right. Oh, I totally phrased that wrong. I think I know where he is. All right. I promise. He would not want to give this up." The old chamberlain huffs and straightens himself, nods sharply. "All right. Be quick." The best man smiles and nods, patting the chamberlain on the back. "I won't let you down." Chamberlain continues towards the clearing and walks by you all, muttering, "It's not you I'm worried about." As if, like, referring to the best man, not you guys. And hurries off to the clearing. The best man looks confident before faltering slightly and mumbles, "Tynan, please don't let me down," and hurries off.
I'm
Or
following.
Tynan, excuse me.
Oops. I'm running off. I'm
Um,
sorry.
So, You guys are all following him?
Yes.
Okay, I assume everyone is.
Mhm.
As you follow this...
Honestly.
Keep talking.
As you follow this hurried man, you end up inside this gorgeous castle. Everything around you seem to be grown into what it is. The candlesticks, the carving, the intricate decorations around you. There are things written in chorus everywhere, tales of the past and banners announcing a royal wedding. And it's the event of the century. As you watch the best man, you realize that even in here, when his bare feet touch the ground, it seems that they are molded to it.
That's weird.
You follow him up many flights of stairs, and golden vines wrap themselves around the railings. Everything inside is basically like white marble, or it appears to be white marble, but it's plant matter. Looking up, you all realize that the palace actually is a tree.
That's so cool!
And the roof itself is made of trees. Everyone roll a perception check real quick.
What?
We're rolling perception.
Yeah, I got that.
18 plus 2 is 20.
Where's my dice
20?
bag?
There you go. After your modifiers.
Where's my tank?
No,
Where's my
five.
dice bag?
Oh my
go?
God.
Where's my
11.
dice bag? There
Where's
it
the
is.
gray bag? I got an 18.
I always fucking like get poke holes.
Because you're bad at this game.
2.
5. No, it's 4 actually.
18. Plus 2 is 20.
baby.
My special
Yeah,
dice.
boy.
Keegan, do you roll?
Yeah,
13 plus 1 is
I rolled
14.
7 plus.
The type of tree is a maple tree.
I would have
That's supposed to be-
Okay. Just a maple tree.
Wait, is that the
maple
kind of
tree
tree
is
that's at the
different.
altar?
So this is the plant we recommend.
Ooh.
One,
I'm pretty sure it was a maple.
once reaching one of the highest parts of the castle, like up many, many, many flights of stairs,
What kind of tree?
I am doing it.
you come upon some grand doors exiting the trunk of the tree. And the best man walks through them, and you are all out in a tree branch that's kind of like laid flat
Yeah.
and kind of slopes up to go up into the tree with leaves. And luscious plants have grown upon it to create the furniture of a royal bedroom overlooking the countryside and a light purple sea, like mountains, like the sun before you. And the best man continues into the room and starts shuffling around, mumbling stuff to himself about how the groom better be here or else, talking like an annoyed friend. And I mean, like everything around you is just grown. I mean, it's incredible. And even the view, I mean, my God, it's like nothing you've ever seen. I mean, it's so incredible. I mean, the beauty here, this is just raw nature. This world is so pure and, I mean, untouched. I mean, even, like, the buildings that they have, like, this building, this castle that you're in right now, is a plant, you know? Like, it's incredible. There's no sort of, like, man-made manufactured poison, nothing, you know what I mean? Not poison, you know, like
Pollution.
pollution, that's what I mean.
Okay, I was like,
I meant to
what?
say pollution. And, I mean, God, like, it's just, you know, with you guys, you have, like, man-made bricks and, like, castles and, like, that type of thing. This is either all grown itself or by magic. I mean, it just, and even you guys can feel it in the air. It's, like, bristling with power and magic around you.
Yeah.
You guys have a little free time to do what you want. Unless you have nothing to do, then I can continue.
Honestly,
I mean, you guys are now standing in this royal bedroom watching the best man just work his way around, like, mumbling to himself.
Is his
I've got spider vibes now.
his
guys.
mumbling in the same, like, it's Inferno for him, it's
Yeah.
an undercommon.
Everyone's native
chorus
languages,
and whatever.
except yours is chorus.
Mine's chorus.
I don't even fucking know
Dude,
what
I
I'm
want
supposed
to
be
investigate
looking
the room.
Yeah.
You're gonna investigate the room. Everyone roll,
Honestly,
or any roll an investigation.
I want to walk
There you go.
around.
Where did
I want to,
my
like,
bag go?
walk,
Did I put it back in my
peruse
bag?
the castle. Can I,
Peruse
like,
the
walk
castle?
around the castle and just look around?
Honestly, you wouldn't really know where to look, because, I mean, the place is huge.
I don't want to, like, look for things. I just want to, like, just look at everything.
Nat 20!
Not 20. Okay.
Okay, I got
This is obviously the bedroom of the prince of this castle.
Holy shit, that was close to my toe.
And you notice, by, like, the door, a little ways towards the edge of, like, the branch, is something carved into the tree trunk. Very, very subtly. You're too far away to see right now. And you're gonna go closer, but I need to finish describing stuff. Did anyone else roll really high?
I rolled 14.
I rolled a 15.
15? Okay, you guys would notice that this is a prince's bedroom, but since you nat 20'd, you also, like, look up and around, and you see that there are more branches that are, like, rooms. Like, the branches that extend from the trunk make up, like, bedrooms and, like, storerooms and just all this sort of stuff, but it's all out in the open.
There's
like,
no walls.
There's no, like, they don't need, it's almost as if they don't need to worry about walls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no worry that anyone would need to steal it or attack anything. You know what I mean?
Boy, are they in for a shock.
So could the prince
But
have, like,
all the beds that you see that are, like, on different, like, levels and stuff, all have curtains, so obviously when you're sleeping, you sleep with privacy, or privacy, whatever you want.
Privacy.
We're
But,
not
like,
fucking
well, you're
British here.
fucking.
But, you know, like, it, you know, it's again, it's just, even as you're looking at it, it's just so beautiful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
God, I wish this was real so bad.
God, I wish that would be.
I want to cry.
Okay, so Tanner, you want to go closer to the lettering?
Yeah.
You will recognize these letters as TS carved into the,
Tracy Strong.
No, the guy's name was Tynan.
Tynan.
Tynan, wait, who was this person?
Tynan, the prince.
Oh, yeah.
His name was Tynan. Groom. Well, okay, yeah.
Gosh,
Tynan or Tynan or whatever it was. So we know it's Tynan S.
Tynan sucked my dick.
Trying to suck.
Anything else you guys would like to do?
Maybe go into the room?
You guys are in the room.
In his room?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
in his
Oh,
room right
You
now.
follow, like, it's on, his room is a branch extending out from the tree, and on the branch that's still connected to the trunk,
Is,
There's
he's
next
still in
to
the room with us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's searching around the room.
I'm looking in, like, closets, drawers.
Beautiful
everything.
clothing. Like, it's frick. I mean, it's
Like,
just, like, you can
fuck,
tell
man.
that it's everyday wear.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you would see, like, a regular, like, t-shirt, and it's just like, fuck, oh my god, like, it's crazy. Like, it just, you can't even comprehend just how this was made or what it could be made of.
Okay. Anything in, like, drawers, any, like, trinkets, or anything of
God, I want
note?
this to be real.
Are you, where are you searching specifically?
Yeah,
You
that
will
would
go
work.
through everything and basically just kind of find normal, obviously there's a male living here, basically.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay,
Um,
so.
You know, you find some lotion
Yeah, sure.
in the bedside table. You find Kleenexes. You find
You
magazines.
find a fleshlight.
You know.
God
Um,
damn this guy. I knew it.
So anything else that I would like to do? For kind of like escape of the
Went
furniture,
into his clothing.
there's like kind of like it seems almost like a woman's powdering table, but it isn't. It's just like a dresser with a mirror arcing on top, with some just lavish designs around the mirror. There's the bed, there's a wardrobe, there's just other like storage spaces, and like a table and chairs.
Hey man, maybe he just likes the makeup. Who are you to judge?
Why do you think they look so beautiful? It's all fake.
Does
It's
the
all
material that
process.
the castle is made out of look or, like, feel anything like the material of the fortune teller's cart?
You know, you would kind of maybe suspect, specifically you, John, since I don't know if you told anyone else about this, but like, it could potentially be like, since it was such an unrecognizable thing, but still, you know, it just felt off.
Yeah.
You feel like maybe it could be from this world, but you're just not sure.
Wait, how are we searching things if we can't interact with it?
We can't interact with people.
No, but she couldn't eat.
You can open drawers. It's fine.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
but
can't.
fucking everything is red.
Actually, no. What you would
This is
do
really confusing.
is,
You just
excuse
stick
me.
your head through the door.
No. What you would do is when the best man was shuffling through the drawers, he would open one, you would see the contents, close it,
Yeah.
open it, see the contents.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's better. Sorry.
Hold on.
Plot hole.
Plot holes.
Yeah.
Plot holes. This isn't.
So like just like
I
hypothetically.
can like send you all the recordings so you can like write a book.
I'm going to. I'm literally gonna, like, a lot of this is just written down. Like, I write it out in a story format and then just tell it to you
So
and expand upon it.
hypothetically, if like I jumped from this like window, would I die if I hit the ground?
Window, there's no walls.
There's no walls.
Or
To the
no, there's
window.
no walls,
To
right?
I mean,
walls.
like,
Oh, wait,
it's
either
really
one of those
high
is
up,
as well.
and you get a feeling that you probably shouldn't test it.
Okay.
I jump. I want to fucking.
No, you don't.
You know
That's
what?
out of
This would
character.
have been convenient if I had felt like I could just jump.
Wait, we can, oh,
can interact with each
I'm
other,
gonna
right?
jump.
Yeah, of course. You guys, you got all. Sorry, I'm like using you as an example. You all. Okay, guys. Another piece. You all can touch each other. Don't wink. Don't wink like that. Also, you guys will take a note. Note that Artemis isn't here.
She's not with us in the dream?
Ooh! So, tough luck, Keegan.
Alright. Aren't you swing to take? Wait, did we
did.
make Artemis' character like a high? I don't remember.
Yeah, already did.
No, it doesn't matter. Keegan's
Yeah,
character.
it literally
just
doesn't matter.
It doesn't care.
Okay, so is that kind of all you guys want to do here?
I mean, what else are we supposed to do?
care.
I don't, like, I'm leaving it open, so I'm making sure that I'm not cutting you short.
I can't
Okay,
identify
your nut just
doing
disappears into the air and everyone watches you really, really disappointedly. And John is like, I've seen this all before. This is right on schedule. Yeah. Like, everyone's just really fucking weirded out. And, like, you're like, wow.
I'm sorry, guys, it was that time.
Wow, that was very short.
Yeah, like, it was like 2 seconds. Like, wow, good job, quickie. Like, fuck.
No, it was that time of day.
Fuck.
I hadn't done it in like 3 days.
I just give both of them a sideways glance and just put a hand on.
Alright, guys, you ready? You ready to move on?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Shit.
So, also just a piece of side information. I created this dream, and didn't realize how well it connected to everything. Just like, it just fit into place even more. So that's generally how my ideas go. Okay, so, the best man is kind of, like, you know, wandering around, and then he starts, like, tracing his hands all over the floor and everything, and then he looks at the door, and then his eyes drift to the side where the TS is carved. And he thinks for a second, and he walks over and then puts his hand on it. And it lights up in kind of like a golden, like, spark.
Yeah.
And a branch sprouts from the tree. And it's just wide enough for one person to walk at a time, but, like, you can walk in, like, a line. You know what I
We
mean?
can just walk through this guy.
Well,
Yeah, but, like,
for we can
like,
touch each
you-
other.
yeah.
So it wouldn't.
also, again, I'm saying, like, it's just like a single file, like, thing.
yeah.
And it's just wide enough for one person to go up at a time, and it's molding into, like, a rough kind of staircase shape, and it reaches up into this tree, straight and much higher than any other branches.
The path that is straight and high.
Um,
So we can't use spells, but we can use senses, right?
you can use senses. You're not
Does
sure if you
anyone
can
have
use
sense
spells.
magic? Detect magic.
I already told you, the air bristles with magic.
There is
And
magic.
detect-
There's
it's
lots
not
of
sense-
magic.
It's not sense magic, it's detect magic, and that is a spell.
Oh, so like how's it? Okay.
And I mean, you guys would be able to assume that if it were cast right now, you would blind yourself. Because it glows.
Yeah.
Stuff that is magic, you would just blind yourself.
Nice.
And
Would it kill me?
it reaches up, like, much, much higher than any other branches do into, like, the leaves. And he starts hurrying up the stairs.
Going up there.
I assume you all follow?
Yes.
Of course.
So, upon reaching the top, it comes into a layer of leaves, that obviously has a bit above them, but it's kind of towards the edge of the tree. And as you get closer to these huge leaves, they are, like, the veins of them are gold. And they're kind of, like, pulsing.
Man, I wish I could cut them and weed them out.
Okay, stop.
And collect
And
the gold.
as you guys part the
Collect
leaves,
the
you
gold.
see that the branch has kind of made a platform, like, with definitely enough room for all of you to stand on without a worry of falling off.
Secret jack-off room.
Yes.
And it's
You'll have
entirely,
a
it's
tree
flat,
now, it's
you know what I
straight
mean? It's flat. Guys, this is getting really important, so, like, I really suggest you pay attention. It's flat, and it, like, again, it creates this platform that you guys can now stand on, which connects to the bottom of a bower.
Bower.
Guys, it's basically like, you know, in Midsummer Night's Dream, where Titania, or Titania, or whatever her name is,
Titania.
sits, like, in the, like, kind of, like, nestle of, like, it's basically, like, a seat that's made out of, like, magic and, like, plants and
How do you
stuff.
spell
Okay.
it? B-O-W-E-R.
Yeah, bower. Wait, let me see if I can...
John's got it.
A pleasant, shady place under trees or climbing plants and garden.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And it's basically kind of like a big, like, seat. You know what I mean? That's
So it's
connected
like-
to the
it's
leaves
like, kinda
above.
like a gazebo.
Uncomfy nest
Yeah.
seat.
Basically. And the bower overlooks absolutely everything. I mean, you guys can see, like, in the distance over here is, like, the wedding reception, and I mean, it's just, this whole land, oh my god. It's even more, like, you guys all just stand there, and are entirely just, like, what,
Like,
you know?
what is there to say?
Yeah.
There is nothing. There's nothing that could ever compare to this. Nothing at all. And inside the bower, is a man not looking over 20, probably. His dark hair is tousled and has a thin crown sitting in its locks. He's wearing a suit much more lavish than anyone else's. It fits him perfectly, and it's made from petals. Like petals of a flower.
That's so pretty.
Which mold together so perfectly and tailored to his body. And the beauty of the scene, just, my god. This is all you can see for just these few seconds, and it feels like an eternity, and you don't mind at all. I mean, like, Keegan, like, literally, like, this is more beautiful than any woman you could ever imagine.
You know, totally jump off this.
Like, literally everyone, including Teia, gets an erection from how beautiful this is. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. And a voice breaks you from it, from the scene. The best man speaks. Tynan, you have a wedding to go to. What are you doing? The man turns.
Nah, nigga, miss me with that shit.
The man turns, and his eyes seem a bit familiar. He looks like everyone else here, but with him, just a special beauty, just better than anyone else, and almost ethereal handsome. And he looks directly at each of you.
What the fuck?
Who are they?
It's time.
Who? The best man turns and looks past you all, as if not seeing you. Ah, the man in the bower nods. I understand. Sire, the man holds up his hand and stands, turning to the best man, leading him to the path you all came from. Do not worry, my friend. I will be down in a moment. I was simply waiting is all. I'm about to marry the woman I love, and why would I back down from that? I'm simply enjoying this feeling of bliss, of knowing my life will be wonderful and perfect with her. Tell everyone I'll be down shortly. The best man smiles and nods. All right. And with a confused glance in your direction, but still not seeing you, he turns and heads back down into the large leaves. After a moment's pause, and when the best man is out of earshot, Tynan turns to you all. I was told you'd be coming. By a minstrel at the wedding. He seemed to stress the importance of it. And he pauses for a moment, studying each of you very carefully. And you all look as he said you would. Nothing like our people. He chuckles a bit. That must be important as well, yes. So, who are you exactly?
Should we all explain who each of us are?
Are you calling me ugly?
No, Tanner.
Yes.
Take this seriously, please.
Why?
Should we all explain who we are?
Yeah. What's going on?
I say so.
Someone has noticed you and told you that a minstrel
The
at the
prince.
wedding
Said that
has
would be coming.
a minstrel at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, which means he saw us.
Yeah. I know.
Probably. Not relevant, but like, you know.
What if the minstrel is time?
Yeah.
Or
Doggo, touch my foot.
I was
again,
wondering, what is a
literally
minstrel? Is
kill
it a person who plays music?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a musician.
Okay.
And he says this in a way that it wasn't like someone just ran up and told him real quick because no one knew where he was. This is obviously something that was like predetermined when they were picking out like stuff, and you know what I mean. So you guys what are you guys gonna do? He asked you a question. Who are you?
I think we should all explain who we just say who we are.
Yeah.
I think just there and simple say each
where
of
are we?
our names. Don't ask questions yet. Just say who we are. He asked us a question.
no,
first.
like what happened?
We're up in a bower. Were you there for
We're
that
in a
part?
tree.
We're in like
We're
a grotto.
in the tree.
The
and
best
we've
man
met-
left, and you're now meeting the prince who can see you. And
Ah,
spoke to you.
I totally
Convenience.
He could see us.
Convenience.
Well, no, it's a very specific reason as to why he's seeing you.
He can see us, and he informed us that a minstrel at the wedding told him that we would be coming.
You said that he looks familiar?
His eyes look familiar.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I already know it. Alright, I'm not gonna say it.
No, why aren't you gonna say it if you already know? Tell us.
What if he's one of the Lotus Brothers?
What if he's time?
What
Oh,
petals
that
are
was
his
fine.
suit made of?
It's kind of like you wouldn't be able to identify the exact type of petal, but like,
Not even me.
no, the plant. You don't know any of the
We
plants.
don't know
yet.
any of the plants.
I mean,
Besides the tree.
they're kind of like a
We know
mixed
the trees
colored.
are
They
maple.
give off almost like
Like an iridescence.
a
Like
little
they
bit of
keep
an
changing
iridescent,
color.
a little bit of an iridescent sheen, but like it has to catch the light just perfectly. Other than that, they're a very, very, very like slightly off-white blue, like a light blue.
I think if it was I think it was time to recognize this.
God damn it, Keegan, you and your anime.
Not even. I just
Sorry, what?
I think
Yeah.
it was time to recognize his entire face and body because we already know entirely what he
Well,
was.
no, the minstrel told the prince that we'd be coming.
Yeah.
We don't know who the minstrel is.
No,
You
but
guys
I
gotta
can't tell
talk
that
to
the
him.
guy
He's
might-
just kind of standing here.
Let's all we all just introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
we are.
He'll greet you and be like, well, my name is. One second, I need to look at his name. I forgot.
Tenon.
No, he has a last name.
Starts with an S.
S.
Tinin Celibat. Or Tynan Celibat.
That name is absolutely
How do
nothing
you
to
spell
us
his
right
name?
now. Will.
Tynan.
Gesundheit. Okay.
Selavat.
Selavat.
Celibat. Or Celibat, I don't know.
Okay.
Alright.
Anyways.
So what do you guys say? You introduce yourself and it'll be like, well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Where are you from? Obviously not from here.
We can. I wanna say that. I'll say that we actually woke up here. We're not entirely sure how we got here. Last we checked, we all went to bed, and when we opened our eyes, we were at your wedding.
This is really
Guys,
insensitive.
I'm gonna tell
This-
him the world that we came from. We came from the world of Core.
Core.
Told ya.
It's gonna be
We are in
really,
different
really
worlds.
insensitive. But I want to ask him what race he is.
That's racist, Calvin. Stop being
It's
so
not
racist.
really racist. It's
It's-
just
yeah, I know.
asking like, what
In
what
a
is
world
who
where
are your
there are,
people?
Like,
That's funny.
just humans.
Which
Wait 1 second. Oh yes, this worked out. You're in Corinth,
it's Corinth.
this world.
Oh, we just called it Core for the longest time, so I'm not sure. Corinth. Okay, so we're from Core, and we're in it.
Do we have
No.
do we have
No.
a scale of like?
Core. I mean, you just said the name of your land was Core, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This is Corinth.
Okay.
Our ruling family. It's been alive for generations. Obviously, 2 royal households, mine and theirs. They are the original royal households before there was a split. Quarantine is the name of the household.
Quarantine.
Quarantine.
Quarantine. Okay.
Do we have a scale of like in core? Do we have like a scale of time? Like we have a like 2017, 880, and 2000 and like
Yeah,
100 BCE.
There are
What
7
age is
ages.
this? Yeah. What age is this? I'm gonna ask him what age it is.
There are no ages.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. First one.
So it seems
This
like it would be
this
like,
land has been as it always is.
Yeah, seems like this would be like the first age.
Called-
So
Before
this is
World War
we
II,
traveled
called
back
Great
in
War.
time.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
This land has been around for thousands of years.
Mhm.
How long was the first age?
Yep.
Does anyone know?
150,000 years.
It's
All the
always
all the
Okay.
ages.
That
I was expecting some third age shit, Maddie. Come on.
Third age?
Yeah, when
No,
the
no, no,
third
the
age is
third
when we
age
don't talk about the
is the
third
third
age.
arc,
Okay.
most likely.
Okay.
okay. So
Where's
The
the
numbers
bride?
Mhm.
The bride's down.
The
at
bride is
thing.
down
She's
at the
down
thing
at
waiting.
Well,
She's not.
the bride should be readying herself for the wedding. She should be in her chambers.
I'm gonna ask him what he calls his species, his people.
Corin.
They call him Corin.
Yeah, obviously off the name of the land,
Ah.
Corin. Corin.
Corn.
So clearly, there's only like.
I actually didn't mean to do that at all. I literally
so
came
there's
up.
Only,
There's a reason why all of this, why the goddess's name is Corampare.
The Core Empire. Empire.
No, it's something entirely different, but there's a very specific reason why. I'll explain it in the end.
so there's clearly only like. There's no like humans. There's no dwarf. This is it. This is the race. That's here. This is it. So
Are you saying this out loud to everyone?
no, I'm
Okay.
just like explaining.
He's brainstorming.
Yeah.
So you say you're all from Core. Where is this land?
We don't know. It's just where we've always been.
Well, it's kind of just where we all come from. Like I said, we went to bed, and when we woke up, we were here. We're not entirely sure how we got here.
As
We
far
just
as we
are
know,
here.
we're still in a dream.
Right.
Well, I can assure you that this is not a dream for me.
Mhm.
This is my wedding. This is my life.
Right, and we're not
I'm
at
gonna-
all insinuating that you're wedding.
Oh yes, of course. There
wanna
are
ask
more
him if there's
realities, of
a-
course. There are more.
I want to ask if there's a
Everything.
beach residing by a mountain range somewhat nearby.
There's a sea like right next to this. I mentioned it, a light
We
purple
can see
sea.
like everything.
Remember, we can
Oh,
see everything.
So is there a sea by a mountain range?
You can see it.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
yes, of course.
So
Is there anything resembling the landscape in our
Not
list?
really. Like,
not really.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like there's a tree, sea, then mountain range, and that's kind of a similar thing. But you can tell
I mean,
that
like,
this
in-
would.
Remember, we
this-
Not in
walked
like
to the
like
place.
what's
This
kinda
isn't the
in
same
core.
place, and you
No.
really kind of get that this is not your world
I'm
at
just,
all.
I'm just trying to draw parallels, just to see if there's anything.
Who are you?
That's all. That's what
Who
I
are
was
you
looking for.
marrying today?
The daughter of the quarantine household.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing.
Mm-hmm.
That this
What
was
is
a
her
this was a uniting
name?
marriage.
Deirdre Quarantine. Or God, I literally I hate my names. There's very specific meaning behind a lot of them. It's Deirdre Quarantine.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I was hoping for the cold fair.
Quarantine.
Quarantine.
Who
Deirdre.
told you of
What
our
is
coming?
your household?
You already
A
said
minstrel,
it.
as I said.
Minstrel. Can we
Mine
get
is
a
the
name?
Celibat household.
What's the
Did
last
you
name of?
describe him?
What's the last name of
You
your house?
described the
Oh
minstrel.
my god.
Of his
Uh,
house, of his family.
Yeah, because
We
they're
already
the
know.
they're the quarantines. What's his last name?
Corinth, right?
Celibat.
Celibat, that's right.
Sorry.
The minstrel looked like just one of our people. He's kind of the
What?
one of the royal.
Does he have a name?
Horde.
Wait,
I never
No,
got a name.
peasants don't
No.
deserve.
Hey, guys.
Does he speak?
guys.
Yes, I
All
spoke to
those
him.
vegetables were named after plants and herbs, right?
Yeah.
What are these people?
Plant people.
Yeah, just a slight connection.
Possibly.
It could be coincidence, but that probably isn't.
It's something to go off of, and we can go into it.
Fuck. This is.
Where is this minstrel now? Do you know?
Preparing for the wedding, I would assume.
Okay.
Warming up. I would hope. I mean, it's about to begin. I am a bit late, but I just wanted to spend my last few moments.
Oh, yeah, no shit, you're a little bit late.
Do each of your people have a special plant tied to them?
In some senses, is this not a normal thing?
Not
Do we
necessarily.
look like
I
plant
mean,
people?
where we
Do
come
we
from,
look like plants?
no, not.
We need to go.
Yeah, plants and
Boy,
people
in
are two
my
separate
world,
entities. We don't.
smoke that plant.
We aren't plant. We are people, and plants, I suppose, are all.
Well,
around
we
us.
aren't plants either. It's just part of.
We need to go back.
Our
to the
lives.
Symbiosis.
We need to go back to the wedding.
That doesn't
Pretty
usually happen with us. So
That ain't
This is
normal,
all sort
boy.
of
You might wanna get
strange
that
to us.
checked out. By a doctor.
Would you like us to accompany you back down to the wedding?
Well, of course, it's a wedding. I would hope to see you all there. This will make
No.
history, and you all should be there to watch.
But it's not-
Anything else you wonder? I mean, I have so many questions, but I don't even know where to begin. All I know is that this minstrel told me to remember you.
all right. Well,
Why don't we
let's
start with the wedding?
start off by taking you to where you're about to
Alright.
get married.
He smiles and kind of turns away from you guys, and his eye, you now back on the topic of the wedding. His eyes are just filled with wonder and love, and he looks out past the bower and the beautiful scenery. She's all I'll ever need. I would never trade anything for her. Not the stars themselves. Not even for her eyes. She holds the stars and the sky in those eyes.
Suck.
A woman more beautiful than all this. A woman who will forever hold my heart and I hers. God, what a lucky man am I. He grins and turns to you all once again. Come, my friends. Let's go and let love blossom. Let the wedding commence.
Let's be off.
You're gonna kill this
Uh,
dude's bride or this dude.
He turned and heads to his wedding. I assume you guys all follow?
Yes.
Yes.
Upon arriving at the wedding, you see, I mean, he's kind of off. You guys all just spend the last little bit looking at the bower. And when you guys return to the tree, you see that the branch is like coming back behind you, but not like in a way that like you're like, ah! It's like, it knows that you guys are walking. Yeah.
Okay. We're at the wedding. Right?
You all make your ways up to a side in a clear spot where you have a very, very clear, I mean, you guys can stand in front of people. They can't see you, you know. It's only Tynan that can see you. You all make
Stand in something.
We all make your ways to the side, in kind of a clear spot, and the music begins playing again.
Watch. Let's check.
We can actually check.
Yeah.
The minstrel.
It's the
So
the
how-
wedding's
okay.
starting.
Oh, it's starting. Okay.
The wedding is
I wanna
starting.
see- Just
What?
How does this passing through people work? If we were
We're like
to
ghost
sit our head
movers.
You
inside
can't
someone-
sit inside someone.
I want to know if I can see inside them, like check out their anatomy.
No, you can't. like
Why not?
You.
Oh no, you're literally like, is there a light source inside of them, Tanner?
That's true. That's true.
Oh my god!
So I'm gonna like stand halfway and
I really want to see how many minstrels there are.
There are 4.
Fine, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
What plants are growing out of them?
We wouldn't be able to tell, probably.
It's gonna be rosemary, sage, thyme, and parsley.
Fuck me, man. There's 4. That's
Are you just looking up herbs?
No, give me a second. I am looking up stuff, but just give me a second.
She's looking up her own.
She's looking up.
Man, you're gonna kill this
what did you
motherfucker,
get?
or like this motherfucker's bride, aren't you? You're like hyping it up. For that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll see. You'll see. It'll all
I'm gonna
make
stress
sense
this
in the end.
motherfucker myself.
Could we interact with?
All of them have small green plants growing from them.
Yep.
That's not yours.
Could we interact with the prince?
The wedding's starting.
No, I mean like
Take
when
them
we
the
were
fuck out.
up with him, could we interact with him?
Like
Yeah.
touch it, we could.
He was very physical.
Hey,
The wedding's literally starting.
3.
Also,
4. Boom.
I couldn't give 2 shits about this wedding.
Okay.
I'm royalty. I've been to weddings before.
okay, well, Tanner, this is a wedding. Like, this is the wedding he stressed the importance of. You should actually care about this. Anyways,
If you don't care, you can go back to the castle.
yeah.
I should've gotten that.
That's a 15-minute walk. Fuck you.
So,
Guys,
also,
my
I
podcast is
have
real.
legitimate wedding vows that I can read
Please
through.
do.
Please.
Oh dear God.
Oh, this is gonna be
Yes.
important.
Yes.
I want to hear them.
I gotta pee so bad, but I'm just gonna sit
Go.
here and wait.
I just went.
No, I'm gonna sit here and wait.
Okay. Because, I mean, like, it'll play up to the effect. I mean, they're basically, like, just wedding vows. Like,
Yeah,
they're
I
tweaked a
know.
little bit. But, like, it's long. Do you guys
I
actually want me to
know.
read it?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why.
Wait till
John will
you
write
guys
every single
Okay.
word of it down.
What?
No.
Maddie, can I use these wedding vows in my actual wedding?
Sure. I mean, yeah.
I would, depending on what they are, you might not want to.
I'll start with the beginning just because, like,
Piece of shit.
the beginning doesn't really matter that much. Just so that we can get past it.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so, actually, whoa. We haven't even gotten to the pride entrance. Okay,
Oh fuck.
so, you,
It'll be easier.
the music begins playing again, and everyone in the crowd turns, and an audible gasp passes through everyone. A bride comes
Is she
from
hot?
the path.
Well, yeah.
Her face is covered in a white veil, and pale blue flowers are growing from her hair, and her hair is a pale white.
What?
And intricately put up in a style that mirrors a rose. Her dress is so long
Someone gets the flowers on her hair.
and so elegant, made of iridescent white feathers, like kind of similar to like the petals that the man's like suit is made of, but
feathers.
and much more iridescent, and complement her pale skin perfectly. In her hands, a bouquet made of white flowers with the same iridescence as the feathers made up of her dress. The beauty that Tynan spoke of finally made sense. I mean, wow. She approached him, and as he watched, his eyes and his smile in his eyes were so full of love, like no other. It's true love. He took her hand as she stepped up to the stand across from him, and he was so delicate with her, as if she may break at the slightest touch. And so the minister begins. We gather here to unite these two people in marriage. The essence of this commitment is the acceptance of each other in eternity, as lover, companion, and friend. A good and balanced relationship is one in which neither person is overpowered nor absorbed by the other, one in which neither person is possessive of the other, one in which both give their love freely and without jealousy. It takes a special effort to grow together, survive hard times, and be loving and unselfish. Do you both pledge to share your lives openly with one another, and to speak the truth in love? Do you promise to honor and tenderly care for one another, cherish and encourage each other, stand together through sorrows and joys, hardships and triumphs for all the days of your lives? The two speak in unison, their voices both almost like a melody in perfect harmony. We do. Do you pledge to share your love and the joys of your marriage with all those around you, so that they may learn from your love and be encouraged to grow in their own lives? May these rings be blessed as a symbol of your union. As often as either of you look upon these rings, may you not only be reminded of this moment, but also of the vows you have made and the strength of your commitment to each other. Tynan Celibat, please repeat after me. And he does. I, Tynan, promise to love and support you, Deirdre, and live each day with kindness, understanding, truth, humor, and passion. With this ring I thee wed. Deirdre Quarantine, please repeat after me, and she does. I, Deirdre, promise to love and support you, Tynan, and live each day with kindness, understanding, truth, humor, and passion. With this ring I thee wed. Go now in peace and live in love, sharing the most precious gifts you have, and gifts of your lives united. And may your days be long on this land, and may you rule with kindness and bring happiness upon our land, and join in souls to share your hearts. And may dawn bring new days with as much wonder as the first day you saw each other, and the forests echo with laughter. The tune will come to you at last, when you are one and one is all. The stairway to your heaven will greet you as one. I do pronounce you king and queen. You may kiss the bride.
Well, king.
Tynan smiles and slowly lifts the veil. This is right after you may kiss the bride. Her face is pale and soft, skin smooth and perfect. Her lips are a light pink, and I mean, they just crest perfectly into her cupid's bow. Her hair frames its curves perfectly, even in this up white style. And her eyebrows are perfect and light, her eyelashes long and dark, her cheekbones high, but, I mean, God, this is more beauty than even Tynan spoke of,
Keegan,
and
keep it together.
nor than any of you
erection.
would ever comprehend. And her eyes, those large eyes, so beautiful, a pale blue, housing the stars, and housing something else, happiness, so much happiness, but something else, something that sent a chill down your spine. Those eyes were so familiar, but until now they'd only housed another feeling for you.
Fear.
Terror and sorrow. As you all realize this, and before words may be spoken, the ground below you drops, and blackness takes your vision, and you are falling and falling. And you snap awake.
Heck.
Dread is once again curled in your stomach, and your body is drenched in a cold sweat. And